it was almost like you started feeling like you've been tricking yourself. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever area of your chart that you're wanting to look at. And if you're not familiar with your chart, as ever, there is a link in the description down below so you can go and get yourself a free birth chart. It's always a good idea to know at the very least what your rising sign is or your ascendant. Now, as a general reading rules apply, so timing is hardly absolute. It never is with divination. You know, this is launched as my June monthly reading, but it's relevant when it's relevant, if it's relevant, because this reading either is for you or it isn't. There's a past and a present in this spread, and if the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make them fit. You know, go and watch your rising sign, go and watch your Capricorn from another reader, or one of the other readings that I've done, like the Mars transit. Oh, and at the moment I'm doing or I will be doing by the start of the month, monthly readings for the Chinese zodiac, and I've been working through a series of Western and Chinese combinations. So if you want me to do a reading for Capricorn monkey or Capricorn dragon or Capricorn rooster, then make a comment down below, and while you're passing, press the like and subscribe buttons. One helps the channel, the other one helps the video itself. So as I was saying, timing's not absolute. Roles can be reversed. If somebody else appears in the reading, I may be talking about them, I may be talking about you. The cards don't come with name tags, unfortunately, so keep your ear open for that. There's also a link down there for a Facebook group. The important thing with that is obviously I share these videos, I share the astrology videos that I'm learning from, I share the odd documentary or the readers, but more importantly it's got an inbox. So if you want to contact me for a personal reading, then feel free, that's the way to do it, or direct message me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is down there as well. So I think that's all the housekeeping. So let me bring the cards up for you. Now, it looks to me, Capricorn, like you're going through quite a bit of a testing period at the moment. We have a very recent loss with the Five of Cups, which seemed to come with some form of victory. It's almost like, although it appeared that you had lost something, it actually was a benefit for you. It helped open up new avenues of skill, of power for you. But at the minute, there's an element of, what do I do now? Where do I go now? There's too many options going on. There's a lot of influences around you. So I'm going to look at the influences around you from people. Well, Nine of Wands, very, very nearly there. Defensive, the wounded warrior. So I think somebody is reaching a point that you want them to, or somebody is pointing out to you that you are nearly reaching the culmination of this current circumstance, which, like I said, looks a little double-edged. It's both good and bad all at the same time. But this is somebody, there is Two of Cups. There's somebody that you're working with closely. Now, whether this means in a relationship way or just a work way or a friendship way, they are helping bring you recognition. And you know, you're well aware that you've leveled up, but you are feeling tired. When is this all going to end? Whatever this is that you've been going through. Because it's creating a lot of burden on you. But what I'm wanting to point out is that whatever this situation is that's going on with the loss and victory, this too shall pass. We have from the Moonology deck, nothing will come of this situation. But in the meantime, from the Queen of the Moon, blossoming. You are going through a form of spiritual training at the moment. You are having obstacles thrown at you to see No, that's not even it. To demonstrate to you how strong you are. Because we have this strength card, and I'm going to read about that one because there's a lovely little passage on it. Basically, the strength to accomplish even the most daunting tasks is yours at this time. You can connect with and channel the power of the universe. The strength card, remember this is not the tarot one. This is Enchanted Map Oracle. The strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined and your relationships are being deepened. Now that also is backed up here with the Sabbat card, which it talks of recognizing special occasions, spending time with family and working with the appropriate traditions with your family and friends. So it's a lot of those traditions can be bonding experiences or a deepening of bonds. Anyway, let's get back to this. As the potency of your connections becomes the more obvious, you're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you. So maybe that's what this Seven of Cups is about. It's not just that you have plenty of creative energy. It's like you have, yes, that's what it's about. So we have the Seven of Cups, clarified by the Seven of Cups. This seems to be happening a lot with these readings. And then finally with the Strength card. So yes, there are loads of options and there's loads of factors that you are needing to take into account. Now, Strength card beneath as well. This lesson is being hammered home. Strength card here, Strength card here, Strength card here. You are being called to look to tradition, which for Capricorn is not hard. But you're also being called to move forward, because there's the bull here at the top, because I think Hierophant is Taurus anyway, isn't it? You are being called to move forward while balancing what needs to be done with your own personal code. Two of Swords and Hierophant here, because there's a choice coming up. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. The Lovers card, clarified by the Lovers card, and then the Seven of Swords. So there's a choice coming up which follows immediately here. Okay, there's a definite message coming out here. Seven of Swords with Seven of Wands, Four of Swords. There's a decision that only you can make, that you may be feeling a little defensive about, but you can stand whatever it is that you need to reveal with these Seven of Swords. You will be called to defend it, but that's a good thing. That actual act of defense is giving whatever this thing that you're revealing is airtime, so to speak. You know, it's making people aware of what's going on. So with the correct amount of balance, so you're not doing this to hurt, you're not doing this to harm, you're doing this for the highest spiritual reasons, but it does require balance between the physical world and the dream world. But there is, by the revelation of some of these secrets, and quite possibly the lack of revelation of a couple of others, wish fulfillment comes around for you in a way that energizes you, really. I love this particular the King of Wands is my favorite card. Most of the time this is just a patch of color for me, but this time I can actually see the king stood there with the energy all flowing around him. He's like the weird bluey flower thing at the top. This is going to create the manifestation of a path to a whole better place. If you use this time to be fair, to stick to your decisions, that will elicit a form of transformation for you, a form of resurrection for you. Let's have a look at what's been leading up to this. So, there was something that you were working hard at, something that you were nurturing, and something that maybe it's either got damaged by a legal decision, or yeah, that's what Somebody's decision came in and basically didn't break what you was working on, but upset what you was working on, changed the rules, changed the playing field on what you was working on. And that, it hurt, to be quite honest. It really hurt. And you spent some time going, hang on a minute, I've lost out here. I'm not sure that I can balance all of this. However, you soon realised that although this made it more difficult, circumstances were changing so fast that this is actually a victory for you. Because whatever decision was made, whatever was blocked, or I want to say the word rescinded, almost as if someone was going to help you and then because of some reason or another they couldn't. You know, either they're in jail or they had legal issues, or there was just like, no, I can't do it because I've got other stuff going on. And you certainly had other stuff going on around you because circumstances around you were changing fast. But I do feel that there was an element of, I will not give in to this fear. I will not give in to this stress and nightmare and anxiety. And you started coming into your own power. The world started working with you. But as the world was working with you, it was almost like you started feeling like you've been tricking yourself. And I believe that you started to doubt this path that you'd set yourself on. After all, you've had the one loss already of whoever it was that rescinded their assistance or was blocked in some way, shape or form. But like I say, I don't think that's a bad thing. Nothing will come of this situation. But I do think that you do need to, metaphorically sit back and allow the situation to unfold. It is not actually, I mean, you know what you have to do on a day-to-day level. You know what you have to do. You know, if it's, you've got to wash up and take the trash out, and you've got to do this, and you've got to do that, and you've got to do the other. So there is but there is this card here, Ehuya, submission to a higher order, which is echoed by this Hierophant here, which is underlying what you are going through right now. It's underlying the fact that there is too much information, but there's loads of sources of creative power, and it's up to you to use each one judiciously. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense, that guy. Because Justice here, Judgment there of the same deck, a nice little triangle with that Seven of Cups. So there's that element of, because we had a lot of Two of Pentacles, I remember seeing here, there's an element of balance that is required from you. So whether the sources of energies are, or sources of information, whether they're conflicting or whatever, you can use each of them a little bit, but don't put all your eggs in one basket, I think is a good way to say right now. Because yeah, it's a burden to keep all this juggling, but you're getting recognized by what you're doing here, and there is clarity coming. Like I say, if you keep that balance going, there's almost a wish fulfillment coming, certainly a fleshing out of your direction, your dreams, that you are able to manifest, that will take you to a better place, as long as you remain being fair, as long as you remain taking a little bit from each. I do think, even if we're talking about resources and information sources, taking a little bit of each is fair. Treat the resources or the information sources or what have you as if they are people, and say, right, a little bit from you, a little bit from you. None of you will miss it, but this is what I need to keep going on. With that transformation, we have commitment, clarity, commitment, and guidance coming in. So we're certainly with freedom. It's not going to be easy. You know, on the material side, you may be struggling for quite some time here, but that's fine, because I'm saying a transformation here. But look, we have here A choice that if you accept it, there is a wonderful explosion of energy as long as you are listening to your guidance. And your guidance isn't coming from outside, it's here. What feels right? I mean, look, that isn't, in this particular Four of Cups, that's not the hand of God offering that cup. That's that lady manifesting that cup herself through her own force of will and her own powers of meditation or what have you. You know, it's coming from her center here out into the world. Because I do feel like that if you fear that if you settle for the same old, then it is going to get wrong, you are going to get hurt, and you're just going to be caused to protect everything. But there is that element of that Six of Cups. You are being drawn here towards family and tradition. You go for the tried and trusted friends and allies who work with you the best. Go with them. I don't feel like there's a huge new thing coming in, like new people or new. If anything, some people have been removed. We've got Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, but this is to get the world to turn your will. And when it suddenly turns, it will turn fast. But like I say, it will turn fast, but the money side of things might not be as fast catching up, to be quite honest. But this is a time of spiritual growth. We have the guardian angel of spiritual growth. The way I become spiritual is simply to become myself. So whatever it is that you lost, it has given you the freedom, as seen in this 5, to change what you were doing slightly so that you are more in charge. You're not beholden to the previous vision of you and one other. This is your vision. You're the one in charge here now. So, because in the past you've been recognised for something. So I think there is that element of recognition. 3 of Pentacles here. I think there might have been another one. So I think recognition of what you are doing is important to you here. And you cut somebody out in the past to muzzle them and to make sure that they didn't reveal something that upset the apple cart. Now, this caused a transformation in you at the time. One that emotionally you became okay with, but you were still a bit, yeah, I've had to do it. It was the right thing to do, but now what do I do? And you're back in that same page of one space of, now what do I do? But you've already had the repetition of somebody getting cut out, even if they cut themselves out. But when all these options are coming up to you, one after another, with that double 7 of Cups, like I say, just a little bit from each one. And if you've got to choose one, then choose none. But learn from each one, because you are going through that learning, training, spiritual growth, blossoming experience at the moment. So there is joy at the end of this. We have 3 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. You will get a harvest from your efforts, and it will come around. It will be actually quite spectacular when it arrives, but it's a long time in coming. That's one thing. So in reference to your question, yes, but this is a long time in coming. You know, it's not going to be here tomorrow. But there will be cause for celebration, because you are leveling up, and you're leveling up slowly but surely. You are growing. You just have to remember that submission to a higher order, I don't want to say conform, because that 5 of Pentacles felt so very free, but work in harmony with how the world, how the universe and how spirit is putting things in front of you. At the moment, all these options are being put in front of you so that you can learn, not necessarily so that you can do. because balance is required with however you are pushing forward. Okay, that's everything. That's pretty much everything that's here. So, if this means anything to you, Capricorn, comment down below. Like I said, ask for Capricorn, monkey, rooster, dragon, ox, whatever, in the comments down below. Your next readings to come out will be your Chinese zodiac. And then after that, on the 5th, we've got the full moon. And on the 6th, the moon conjuncts the galactic center again. So I'll be doing my lunar galactic downloads. But this time, it's still under the energy of a full moon. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so like I say, comment down below, like, share, subscribe. Come back soon. Good luck, Capricorn. There's a point. There's nothing bad coming out of this other than your own, oh no, that's a bad way of phrasing it, the workload that is upon you. Maybe that's bad because there's a hell of a workload here, or you feel that there is, but nothing bad will come out of this. You're on the right path. Cheers.